Said video 2 coming up again, and I forgot to mention this, guys. The last one and this one, the articles, as you can see, Bitcoin is this is where we're getting all of this information. We are just readers, okay? All right, so Ripple again. SEC begs court not to disclose HINMAN documents, threatens appeal, while U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler is calling for a crackdown on the crypto industry based on existing laws and jurisprudence. He may find his nemesis in Ripple and the battle over HINMAN documents. So as Bitcoiners report yesterday, redactions of all documents related to the summary judgment were due to be filed by the SEC and Ripple by yesterday. Both parties met that deadline in a timely manner, and the SEC's filing reveals that it is still not ready to release the HINMAN document to the public. SEC seems like some buy time. In the document, the SEC is begging District Judge Annalisa Torres not to release the documents, while also issuing a threat. The SEC respectfully maintains that the HINMAN speech documents are protected by privilege, but if these documents were to become part of a public record, the SEC would be foreclosed from making any such argument in the future. On appealing in this litigation or in other litigation, which would be highly prejudicial to the SEC. Okay. All right. So whose credibility is that going to hurt, SEC? Wouldn't it hurt your credibility? That's so whack. Anyway, is Ripple becoming the SEC's nemesis? Ripple community attorney Jeremy Ogan commented on his paragraph in the document. The SEC is still arguing that the HINMAN emails are privileged despite losing that issue about 100 times already. Blows my mind and makes me curious. Is that a word? About what is in them. Another community lawyer, Bill Morgan, points out that the threat the SEC is making. According to the SEC, Torres is not authorized to release the HINMAN documents because they could appeal the summary judgment decision. See, more time again they're gonna put on the case. It's so annoying. Like, get this thing over with. Ultimately, the agency argues that it did not waive the privilege against the public because it turned the emails over to Ripple as ordered. I'm not sure how the SEC can argue that it didn't waive the privilege when the court has determined that they are not privileged, Morgan noted. Further, the attorney contended that under the court's findings, there is no privilege that can or cannot be waived. At the same time, Morgan concedes legitimacy to the SEC's argument because the SEC could still appeal. So annoying. And that's what they're going to do if they have the option. That's what they're going to do. They're buying as much time to weaken Ripple. This does not definitely settle the confidentiality issue. It is not a question of value of the decision in this case as a precedent, but a question of res judicata. Let me just say res judicata, Morgan said. Still, the SEC statement makes clear that HINMAN is paramount to its law by enforcement policy. Another victory for Ripple at this point could be a victory for the entire crypto industry. That is true. Crypto needs a hero right now. Back in late September, Judge Torres ruled that the HINMAN documents must be turned over to Ripple Labs after months of litigation. The documents authored by former SEC Corporation Finance Division Director William HINMAN primarily relate to a speech the executive gave at the Yahoo Finance All Market Summit in June 2018. Hinman stated in his speech that Ethereum is not a security. Ripple considers the speech a key piece of evidence to prove the ambiguous legal regime for crypto in the US, which even SEC employees can't navigate. The statement that the SEC would be foreclosed from making any such argument in the future reveal the massive implications. At press time, the Ripple XRP price was trading at Thank you for tuning in to another News Board Ripple. I'm gonna keep you informed about what's going on, right? You see the CBDCs are rolling in right now, right? There's no listen, guys. They're not test pilot phasing these things for no reason, you know. Anyway, later.